Hi everyone, welcome back. Today in this video, as per your request, I am here to share with you an entire week of meal plan and the meal prep that goes along with it that I try to do on the weekend. So if you are in the lookout for healthy recipes that you are trying to incorporate into your meals that are protein rich and that stops you from grabbing junk or takeaway meals that we all know that comes in between our plan of staying healthy. So I hope you find this useful. This is one such example for an entire week that I try to take you through the meals that I have planned for the week and then what I prep on the Sunday and then take you through the entire week on how I serve those meals. So I hope you find this useful, and if you do, of course, give this a like. Then let me know in the comments down below any meal from these that you would likely try to include into your next week or so. Also, let me know if you have any other suggestions for the videos that you would like to watch from me. I will try to do that, and let's get through this video.
So I have all the meals laid out from Monday through Friday, breakfast, lunch and dinner. And Friday the dinner is going to be outside, so I don't have that. Except for that, we have all the meals listed here. The app that I use is the Recipe Keeper. I have all my recipes in there, well, most of them, and I try to add them as and when I find new recipes. Now, having a look at the ingredients for these meals, I have started prepping some of them, like soaking the pulses, nuts, etc., and have chopped some of the vegetables. To start cooking officially, I have my oven 400 Fahrenheit. We are ready to roast some of these vegetables. I'm going to first keep in a pan of prepped tofu and a tray of sweet potato, seasoned with a little bit of cilantro and salt and pepper. And the tofu here has been marinated with some oil, salt, cumin, garam masala, nutritional yeast and cayenne pepper. So let's get that going while we have a look at the other ingredients. So let's just concentrate on Monday first. So for breakfast, it's going to be fruit and nut monkey bowl, which I don't need to prep anything. That's just going to be what I'm going to do in the morning, which I'll show you. But for lunch, it's going to be the lentil bowl. For the lentil bowl, I have these brown lentils and we have thyme and rosemary here. So we'll start cooking that, and meanwhile we'll also look at the salad dressing that we're going to have, or a salad dressing or a bowl dressing, whatever you want to call it. We're going to use it for the lentil bowl. For that, we have soaked cashews, lemon juice from half a lemon, again rosemary and thyme, pepper, salt, nutritional yeast and garlic. So you just have to blend all these ingredients in and you'll have a nice creamy dressing which you can use for most of your salads, any warm bowls, etc., etc. Okay. Using the vegetable broth, adding in all the ingredients and let it cook. This will take about 25 to 30 minutes. Here on the side, we are also steaming in some kale. So for the kale, nothing to prep, just take it out of the stem, chop it a little fine. My kids love doing it, especially Anjali. And then I'm just letting it steam here so that it becomes a little softer. So as the vegetables are getting roasted, I'm going to bake these beetroots as well. So to help them steam, I'm sprinkling in some water and sealing them in these aluminum foil. This will take about 1 hour to get steamed in the oven at 400 Fahrenheit. So I have transferred the kale leaves into a container. So this is ready to be kept in the fridge, and when ready to serve, we can warm it up and serve it with a lentil bowl. Okay, looking at this dinner recipe, tofu, palak curry and roti. The tofu is already cooked or baked in the oven. And for prepping the spinach, I have the water boiling here in the saucepan, and then we will blanch the spinach and then grind it along with the soaked cashew, tomato, ginger, green chili and some salt to make the spinach paste. Okay, so let's finish up the tofu spinach curry, sauteing some onions, ginger, garlic, basic ingredients, and adding in the tofu and some salt, turmeric, and finally the spinach paste. Looking at the recipes for the upcoming days, we have rajma chapati roll, rajma spinach fry. So two main recipes that use rajma, so I am going to boil them first. They are really healthy, good source of protein, especially for people who have vegetarian meals as the major part of the diet. So since the lentils are cooked now, we can prepare the lentil soup meanwhile. So here goes in some chopped onions, chopped carrots, chopped tomatoes, and also for the masala powders we have cumin powder, garam masala powder, chopped garlic and rosemary. Saute it nicely, let it soften up a little bit, then we can add in the cooked lentils and a cup of kale leaves. Add the vegetable broth and you can cook this for about half an hour. Okay, the soup is almost ready. We're just going to take half of this quantity and then blend it up in the mixer and then add it back to this so that we can get a good consistency. And while serving it, don't forget to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice that enhances the taste of this soup. Another meal that we can prepare ahead of time is a lettuce black bean burger. We're not going to use a burger buns. As such, we're just going to make the black bean patty, and this can be stored in the refrigerator. We can also skip the buns when you make it. You can use lettuce instead, which I'll show you when we cook. In this bowl we have all the ingredients required. We have the black beans, cilantro, garlic, onion, some masala powders, that's cumin, pepper, coriander powder, and then we have the secret ingredient, that's the chipotle peppers, which give this a unique taste. We're gonna add 1 egg to this and some vinegar and soy sauce, and for binding we can use the breadcrumbs. This patty is really easy to make and it's a good protein rich recipe. Since I did not have the breadcrumbs, I'm just using these slices of bread instead, keeping it in the oven and then powdering it. Okay, these are extremely delicious. I have just laid it on the tray. I'll let it cool down and then I'll keep it in the fridge, or you can keep it in the freezer as well. And after you take out, when you want to serve it, keep it in the oven at 400 Fahrenheit for about 5 minutes so that it just crisps and becomes nicely warm, and then we can lay down the burger and serve it. Okay, another breakfast item on the list is the egg white bell pepper bites. This is one of my favorite recipes that I had from Starbucks every single day on my trip to Florida. So I fell in love with this recipe and then I thought I need to make it a part of my meals. So this is the egg white that I'm using. So we have 1.5 cups here. Then I have half a cup of ricotta cheese, or you can use cottage cheese as well. I also added half a cup of this cheese, shredded one. Gonna add some salt and pepper and blend it up. Okay, I have added that along with some roasted bell peppers. I'm going to place it in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes and let's see. Okay, there we have the breakfast for Monday. We have different kinds of fruits, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, and some mixed nuts, raisins, craisins, and some chocolate chips. Okay, so for today's lunch, we have put together the lentil bowl, so which has the roasted veggies, the lentils, and some chopped up cilantro and cherry tomatoes. And I'm adding in this dressing that we had made, and this dressing makes everything taste so good. Okay, so this is going to be the dinner for today. The spinach tofu. Make sure to squeeze some lemon juice so that we can get the most out of this dish. Great variation to paneer. Try and see if you like it. So for preparing the rajma roll or wrap, I have the boiled rajma, chopped up some onions, masala powders, ginger garlic chopped, and some spicy red chili sauce. So I'm going to add the oil to the hot pan, add the onions, ginger garlic. Once sauteed, add the masala powders in and the spicy red chili sauce. Once sauteed, I'm adding in the rajma and mix it all up. Okay, so now we are getting ready to prepare the breakfast for Tuesday morning, as we have the black bean patty already cooked and ready. I just popped it in the oven for like 5 minutes at 400 degree Fahrenheit. And then we have the lettuce burger with some tomatoes, cucumber and some sauce. Okay, so here we have the lunch for Tuesday. We have the lentil soup, and if we want to dilute it, we can add a little bit of broth and dilute that, warm it up. We have the roasted sweet potatoes and the roasted Brussels sprouts. This is a very nutritious combo meal, and I hope you try this out. Okay, so we're getting ready to prepare the dinner for Tuesday. So I just quickly prepped up the salad, which all these ingredients were kept in a bowl. So I just added in the carrots, cucumbers, cilantro, minced shallots and garlic, and some sesame seeds. And for the dressing, I have a little bit of soy sauce. I'm adding in the red chili garlic paste, a little bit of oil and some vinegar. Add in the dressing over the salad, mix it up well, and then we can prepare the chapati rajma roll. So for that, I have one chapati, adding a little bit of chili garlic paste, and I also have a little cucumber raita ready. So I'm just going to add it as well. Then we have the rajma filling that we have cooked, ready to go. Let's add that in here and make the roll. Okay, so there we have the dinner for Tuesday. It's very filling, nutritious and tasty as well, so do give this a try. Okay, so it's Wednesday morning. I'm getting both the breakfast and lunch set up. So for breakfast, we already have the egg white muffins all ready. I'm just keeping it in the oven and warm it up. Again, along with that, we can have some fruits and nuts to fill us up with. But for lunch, I have the beetroot that's already grated in. We're gonna have the beetroot rice. I'm adding in some salt and some water and microwaving this for about 3 to 4 minutes. And for the side dish, we have the protein-rich rajma and spinach stir fry. So here we are going to be adding some chopped onions, garlic and green chilies, and then quickly adding the boiled rajma, the spice powders and the chopped spinach. For the quick beetroot rice, now that the beetroot is steamed and slightly cooked and soft, I'm going to quickly add cumin seeds, coriander seeds and green chili. Now just add in the beetroot, the cooked rice, some salt and just mix all of it together. Okay, so it's Wednesday evening and for dinner I have chickpea spaghetti here. It's a great source of protein as such, and then for the toppings we have some spring onions, cherry tomatoes, mushroom and rosemary, spring onion greens. So we have the water boiling here and I'm going to cook the spaghetti, and meanwhile we'll get this cooked up as well so that we can have a quick dinner. And this is the pasta sauce that I'm going to be using. Easy breakfast is to have boiled eggs, and so Thursday's breakfast is gonna include eggs. We're gonna dress it up a little bit with avocado egg bites, which is extremely nutritious. Okay, here we have some mashed avocado, adding some lemon juice, salt and pepper. Okay, now let's set these egg bites up. We have 1/2 of the egg here. Adding these small pieces of cheese slices. These are non-dairy cheeses made from pea protein. I really love it. And on the other half we have the avocado spread. Just close it up and you're ready to have a good nutritious bite. For Thursday's lunch, I had this green gram soaking. On Wednesday night I had just kept it for soaking overnight. I'm going to cook it. Meanwhile, we have the cherry tomatoes and the seasonings, pepper, garlic, mustard, red chili, spice powders that is required. For preparing this rasam, I'll get this cooking. So I'll pressure cook it for about 5 minutes. Meanwhile, get these cherry tomatoes crushed really well. And I love having these tomatoes to give a good taste to the rasam. So for the rasam, it's really very simple. Take the pot, heat some oil, add some mustard and red chilies and some curry leaves to it. Okay, so now we can go ahead and add in the crushed cherry tomatoes, and then once sauteed, add in the crushed pepper and garlic cloves. All that is kept in the fridge, so that makes it easy to have it dumped all in the early mornings. Add in the spice powders, that's turmeric, cumin powder and some asafoetida, and after that we're going to add in the tamarind water. Green gram, add some salt, let it boil or simmer. Just garnish it with some cilantro and you're good to go. And then for a quick stir fry to go with the rice and rasam, we have quickly chopped up some onions, beans, mushrooms, and these are the seasonings. So when you have the stir fry going, you already have these chopped up and ready to go the previous night. It becomes quick and easy. What I do is I usually keep this as such in the fridge, except for the onions, the beans and mushrooms. I keep it chopped in the bowl, and even the spice powders. Sometimes I'm so lazy that I just end up keeping like this, and morning I just dump it all in and make this quick stir fry. Okay, so there we have the lunch for Thursday. Some rice, a good quantity of vegetables and the protein rich rasam. Do give this a try. Okay, so it's Thursday dinner time. Not dinner time exactly, but getting prepped for that. We have some sweet potatoes getting roasted there. And then we have dinner is going to be white rice. This is something that you have to give a try. It's made from lentil flour. Cooking that is very easy. And I have some soya chunks that I have to cook. So I have soaked it in water and then dried it. And here we have salt, corn flour and red chili. I'll mix that up and then marinate this. And we have some boiled corn, that's a frozen corn, which we will cook with some garlic and some thyme, salt and pepper. And to get that nice and tasty, we'll add a little bit of ghee and then roast this. And kids really enjoy this as well as adults. So give this a try. Now in some ghee, I'm going to roast in the soya chunks. For cooking the white rice, we have taken 1 cup of water and 1 cup of white rice and let it simmer. Cover it and cook it for about 5 minutes. I'm just adding in the lemon herb tahini dressing. The dinner for Thursday is complete. Okay, so now it's time for Friday's breakfast. We are going to have oats for breakfast. This is the milk that we are using, a plant-based one, and there is a good amount of protein here. We're going to add the oats and then let it simmer for a little bit. A bit of chia seeds and pumpkin seeds and a little bit of maple syrup. That's a good sweet breakfast. Okay, so for Friday's lunch, we have some salmon that's marinated with the usual mixture: salt, turmeric, coriander powder, red chili and lemon juice. We're going to be making a quick salad, again full of protein. So we have some white canned beans, some cherry tomatoes, sliced shallots and some chopped cilantro. And for the dressing, I'm going to be mixing some red wine vinegar, olive oil, salt, pepper and some mustard.